Hello, and welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin. I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And what is stopping you from achieving your dreams and what you're looking for in life? Have you ever stopped to think about that? Um, there's so many things in our lives that are really preventing us from moving forward, and most of it we're not even aware of. Are you in that position right now? Are you living your dream life? Is having that 9 to 5 and the beautiful home with the wife and the children, is it fulfilling you in the moment? If it is, fantastic. You've achieved your dreams, right? But are you also letting those things hold you back? Think about that. Not I'm not saying that you have to leave your wife and your children behind to find happiness, but are you really taking the time to know that you're doing everything you can for them, but still taking the time for yourself to keep your frequency high, to keep you in alignment with your purpose in life? Whatever that purpose is for you, we're all here having individual lives, so each one of us has a different purpose. But are you doing everything in your power to achieve your purpose? And if you're not, why not? Is it, for societal reasons where you'll be looked at as a bad father if you're not at your kids every single game, and you chose to go to hang out with your buddies for one night just so that you can be in your flow, so that you can keep your cup full. And that's the real gist of this video: is how do you keep your cup full so that you can pour it into somebody else's cup, be it your children, your parents, your family, your wife, your job. It's all a balance, and that's what most people fail to focus on, because you have to focus on those things. It's not enough to just wish and throw a dart and hope that it sticks. You have to put some effort into it. You have to think about it, and in the same way that at work you create goals, right? If you're in sales mostly, but it's always good to have a goal at work. You want to achieve more. In some cases, you want to climb that corporate ladder. In some cases, you don't, but you still want to do your best, right? And in order to achieve that, you have to put yourself some guidelines and some steps, some achievable little steps that you can take to fulfill your life at work. Because if work is just work, then you're not fulfilled there either. Again, that's not a bad thing, but consider it. Is it holding you back? Can you be greater? What is it that you're not doing now for yourself that's actually holding you back? So, one of the things that I thought I needed to do to fulfill my life was to go across the country. I have these vision boards and I had these places that I wanted to visit, and I've done those. And now I'm on the last leg, of my journey. Um, and it's taken me very far away from home. And it's exactly where I'm meant to be. I feel the energy, it's fulfillment. And I am fulfilled. However, along the way, some things come up, right? Because I still live in a three-dimensional world that requires money for gas. It requires money for staying wherever I'm going to be staying. And I knew that reality, and I wasn't pushing it away, because I knew that I had to get to my life purpose and my goal. I knew my goal, and I set it, and I had the visions, right? Because in spirituality, it's not only about the goal; it's about the vision, feeling it, being where you want to be, doing what you want to do. And now I have the job, um, which is not a job; it's my passion, that I'm doing along the way. But I wasn't in balance, because now I was traveling a lot, and I was doing a lot of good things and cool things on the way, and seeing some beautiful people that I wanted to see along the journey. But my work started to suffer because I was putting it on the back burner. I wasn't putting the energies that I needed to, and I wasn't creating a conducive environment for me to flow, right? To be in my flow, to serve these other beautiful souls for the Awaken Academy, which I'm a spiritual life coach and an enrollment specialist for. But I didn't realize that energetically, in my quest to get to the West Coast, I was suffering. Um, and it wasn't even conscious. I thought I was in the flow, right? But if I, for example, stayed in a hotel where I had a nice desk in a quiet environment, I had a very good success rate. However, if I'm staying in campgrounds in a tent where I have to find an outlet to plug in and get a Wi-Fi, I was way off. And not even realizing it, because energetically, I was like, I'm here, I'm present. But the reality was that I wasn't in a good environment for myself. And that was projecting on to my clients, unbeknownst to me. But because I had to, make things happen, and of course I made them happen because that's the life I choose. I was always good at making things work, but on the surface, they're not working at all. So I had to realize that I need to stay in a stable place, but I've reached my destination, right? And the energies were amazing when I got here. But yesterday I stayed in the wrong place. And I'm not calling it a bad place. Energetically, it wasn't the right place for me. And that made my work suffer, even though I was in a quiet environment. And my energies were not in alignment. And that came through. Believe this or not, how you feel, you can only fake it till you make it so much. Because when you're not being authentic, that comes through. And it's a mirror, so whatever I'm really deeply feeling that I'm suppressing, I'm projecting onto another person. So that person is projecting it right back to me. So it's not that person that's projecting that negative energy to me. It's me. It's my own energy coming back at me saying, something's not right. Fix this. So are you fixing yourself? Are you even aware that there's something not quite in alignment? And it could be in any aspect of your life, your relationship, your work, your family, friends, where you're living. If it's not where your heart wants you to be, then you're being inauthentic to yourself, and that you're projecting onto your friends and to your family. So people with poor relationships often blame it on somebody else when they're in a relationship too. So what's your responsibility in the relationship, and how are you contributing to whatever issues you're having? Because inevitably it's you, not the other person, that's making you unhappy. You're looking at it as if somebody else, and we've been conditioned to blame somebody else. But like I said in my other videos, when you point the finger of blame, there's three fingers pointing right back at you. So who's really to blame? And it's not about blame either. It's just about realizing in the moment that something's not right, and what can I do to fix this? And today I found a beautiful place to stay in because I want to be stable for a few weeks so I can get my energy flowing in the right direction. And although I didn't have great success at work today, I stopped, and that was enough, because my body said, you need to slow down. It's not that I'm not eating right or not eating at all. I'm eating very healthy, but my body wasn't in the flow. And finally the energies were right, and my body said, I'm shutting down. And for the first time in probably forever, I don't even know if I've ever taken naps, although I did, but I took a nap today, and I needed that. But here's the thing. I was aware of it and I allowed myself to do it. My mind was like, no, we have to work. We have to work. We have to work. We have to get this right. But it wasn't right. And it would not have been the right thing for me to do. And I would have stayed in a negative energy had I just sat down and just continued to work without feeling it. So I just put the work aside and I napped, and I could just feel my energy shifting. It's amazing. It's so amazing when you're in tune with your body, your mind, and your soul. You have to realize you have to balance yourself, and only you can do it. But you have to find out how that can happen for you. So figure out what it is that you want first, and then set your sights to it. If you have to create a goals for it, vision boards, write it down, and every time you look at it, saying, "I'm doing it already." That's having a vision, right? Holding that beautiful feeling that you have of love towards it. That brings it to you energetically, but you still have to take some steps, and you still have to stop yourself from this crazy life that you're living, and put away put down the cell phone, shut it off, turn off the TV, go spend a little time in nature, gain some clarity, but you have to stop. And that takes a lot of willpower to really stop the way you've been living. And it's not giving it up, but it's stopping, because you won't be in alignment with yourself if you don't, because you don't know that something's out of whack. And no doctor can tell you what it is, no psychiatrist, no pill can cure that. You don't need anything outside of you to fix yourself. But you have to know that you need fixing first, or you have to feel it. It's all energy, folks. That's what we are. So do yourself a favor and stop your life. I know I was in the mindset where I couldn't stop. I worked 12 to 14-hour days, not realizing that that was taking me out of my flow. I was not in balance ever until I stopped. And when I lost my business during COVID, that was the universe saying, you need to stop. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And it can be the best thing that could ever happen for you if you allow it. And there's many ways to allow it. There's many things you can do. However, if you are having issues with that and you just can't find a way to figure out what's blocking you, I am a transformational life coach. The link to my website is down below. Please just send me an email and we'll get together somehow. Not somehow, but we'll contact each other and set up a decompression session. That's a free 30-minute session, just to see where your life is and where you want to be. You got to start somewhere. You have to know where you're going. We can make that happen for you. And it's not me doing the work. You have to do the work. But I can point you in the right direction. And I can help you bring those things up to realize what it is that is blocking you, that is stopping you from being your best self. Isn't it time for you to invest in you instead of everything and everybody else? I think so. I did it for me. And it's a continual process. But my life is a whole 360 right now. And I'm looking forward to my next now moment. So should you. Give yourself some time today. Really take a day off from everything. And you never know. Miracles happen. You just have to be aware and willing and accepting. So find your miracle today. Give yourself time to find your miracle. And have an amazing day. If you like the contents of this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends and family and on your social media. Leave a comment. I love to hear where you are in your life and on your life journey, and whether you're having a phenomenal life or you're struggling. And subscribe to my channel. It'd mean the world to me. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. Have a blessed day.